Right, we are recording. So welcome everybody to tonight's TAS Zoom call. Tonight I'm going to be talking about recruiting. Woohoo! So I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. There we go. We're good. You guys see that? Nod. Yeah. Good. Awesome. All right. Okay. So tonight we're talking about recruiting with confidence. So basically, and then I found this awesome quote: confidence is silent, insecurities are loud. And basically that's really, it is what it is. So if you have some sort of hesitation in the back of your mind about this business and about the possibilities in this business, or even when it comes to like talking about challenge groups and programs and Shakeology, if you have some sort of like hesitation in the back of your mind about it, you don't like fully believe in it or believe in yourself, it's going to show. It's going to show a lot louder than you even realize. Like, people can just pick up on if you are actually confident about the situation. There is, the phrase, fake it till you make it. I think we've all heard that phrase. But really, this isn't, you can't really do that, because seriously, people will pick up on it. So anyways, that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. So why do we lack confidence in recruiting? There are quite a few reasons that you might be lacking confidence in recruiting, and these are just some of the really common ones that I know have come up. These are things that I personally struggled with as well. The first one is that you might be a brand new coach, so you might be kind of unsure of exactly how to recruit. Where do you send them to sign up? It might be just lack of knowledge even in that department, as well as you may not have any personal success in this business yet, so that kind of goes in with the new coach thing. Obviously, when you're a new coach, you haven't had any personal success in the business yet because you're brand new, but we were all there. Every single coach in this business, all the top coaches, started out with nothing. They started in this business in the same spot as everybody else. 0 coaches, 0 customers. Everybody starts there. And I do actually remember being there, so it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. The other thing that might give you a lack of confidence in recruiting is if you've had no leadership success yet. So maybe you've just recruited a bunch of discount coaches, or maybe, you have a couple coaches that you have signed up that they want to build the business, but they haven't hit their goals yet. That can really knock your confidence down. So that could be a reason that kind of lacks your confidence in recruiting. You might be unsure about the onboarding process. You might have noticed that I actually just put in the TAS group on Facebook a file called TAS onboarding process or whatever. So that'll stay there in the files. It's a link to an Evernote document. So I will always update as the onboarding process changes, and I tweak it because I'm always tweaking it. I'm always trying to figure out what's best. But if you're unsure about the onboarding process, I tried to lay that Evernote file out as simple and straightforward as possible, so that really like any coach can grab it and run with it. But if you're still unsure, like, don't ever be afraid to send me a message or your coach that signed you up a message. The other thing that can knock your confidence down is if you keep getting no's, which happens a lot. And the other thing is if you actually just don't believe in your ability as a leader or a mentor. So it kind of holds you back from actually even really inviting people to the opportunity because you don't feel like you can really help them, because you just don't really believe in your own ability to be a leader or a mentor. So I'm new here. I really like pulling these pictures off Google. This is my favorite part. Anyways, so you're a new coach. So if you're a new coach and that's your struggle, and you're like, I'm a brand new coach, I don't really know how to talk to people about coaching. The first thing that I say, and this is actually in our Emerald push group, I believe, is to make a list, if you haven't already. Think of like 20 people that you think, like, don't prejudge and be like, well, I think that this person would be really great at that, but I don't think that they'd be interested. Don't prejudge anybody like that, but like anybody that you think would be really great at this, write them down. Okay, so if you don't already have a list of like, say, 20 people that you think would be really great at this opportunity, you think would be interested in this opportunity, then start with that list. And then you just reach out to them. Now, this is kind of, I put a little script in here, kind of a message layout of what you can say to them. So first of all, in the message, you want to personalize the beginning of it, ask them how they're doing, actually make it about them. So obviously there's somebody that you already know. So, hey, how are you? Maybe, how's your family doing? Or something. Personalize it about them. And then just listen. I'm not sure if it would be for you at all or not, but I have just recently started up my own online health and fitness coaching business because share why. Why did you join? So I just recently started up my own online health and fitness coaching business because I wanted extra accountability in my own fitness goals, because I want to be able to be home with my kids, because I want to be able to pay off my debt. Whatever the reason is, share why did you join, and I am looking for friends to join me. I thought of you because, why did you think of them? So I thought of you because you are such a bright, shining, positive person, and I know that you'd rock this thing. Or I thought of you because you're already really into fitness, and I know that you'd rock this thing. Whatever. Why do you think that they would be good at it? Do you have any interest in learning more? This is not pushy. This is not icky. If you guys aren't muted, if you can mute yourself, that'd be great. I'm hearing a little bit of feedback, and I can't do anything because I'm on full screen right now. So yeah. Anyways, this isn't pushy. This isn't icky. This isn't salesy. This is just, you're letting them know, like, why would they be great at it, and why are you doing it? That's it. And you're just saying, I'm not sure if it would be for you, but this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it. And I think you'd be great because of this. Do you have any interest in learning more? They reply, like, seriously, guys, at this point from this type of message, is not very often you're going to get a no from this message. Like, literally probably 99.9% of the time from this message, they will say, yes, whatever, sure, I'd like to learn more. So then this is where you go into the invite to one of our live coach sneak peek events, or send them one of the recorded webinars or whatever. You can find those just by going on YouTube and you type in Beachbody sneak peek Lara Curry, and you'll bring up a bunch of them, so you can click on one of those. Or whatever, you share one of those material with them that go into detail more about the opportunity and what it is. But yeah, that's all it is. You're just reaching out to people, and don't hesitate about it, because it's like, if you don't share it with them, you'll never know, right? If you don't ask, the answer will always be no. So just remember that. So this is another big thing, especially if you are a new coach. Even if you're not a new coach, but you haven't hit Emerald yet, that should be one of your very first goals. And it's actually very, very simple to do. I personally hit Emerald because I told my mom that she needed to start drinking Shakeology, and that she should sign up as a coach because she would save money on her Shakeology. And I signed up my husband without him really even knowing. He knows now, 3 years later, he knows that he's a coach. but he's not even a coach. I do it, but that's it. I signed up my mom and my husband, no like business builder coaches or anything like that, just so that I would be Emerald, because of course the perks of being Emerald is huge. But the thing is that when you're rank advancing, then it gets put out there on social media that you're an Emerald coach. And even though the majority of people like outside of Beachbody doesn't know what that means, it's making what you're doing, like it's adding credibility to you. So it's going to like people that are friends with you and following you on Facebook and on social media, they're going to see this. And they're going to be like, oh, okay, like this must be like a real thing, right? Especially if you've already personally reached out to them about it, because they're going to be like, okay, right, this must be like this coaching thing that she was telling me about, and this must be real because now she's like, you know, getting recognized for her accomplishments or whatever. So there's so many people that you can sign up as your first coaches. So the first thing, and this is seriously honest truth, 100% honest truth for me, is that like all my like close friends and family members, they're on Shakeology because I know that it's like the healthiest thing that everybody should be doing for themselves. Just with like the pollution in the air nowadays and like all the toxins that are in like all of our food, you know, we need something that kind of helps support our health. It's not a weight loss shake for me. It's not a protein shake for me. It's not even, I didn't even start drinking Shakeology or getting my family to drink it because of the meal replacement thing. Like I was so against supplements altogether, and I was like, I'd rather eat my calories than drink them. Unless it's beer, then that's okay. But you know, like I was not into meal replacement shakes. And it literally is just because I see the difference. I feel the difference. I don't get sick near as much as I used to. And so I know, like, why would I not want my closest friends and family members and those that I love and care about being the healthiest that they can be, right? So that's why it's like, it should be fairly easy. Like it was pretty easy for me to like get my mom and, you know, to drink Shakeology, and my husband, because they trust me. And I was like, you guys need to be drinking this stuff because, you know, like, let's be healthy, you know? And so then it just comes down to like, you got like, I don't know if it's your sister or your spouse or your best friend or your aunt or your uncle or your cousin or whatever, people close to you, just two of them. And you say, you know, this would really help. So they're already like, okay, here, you're going to try Shakeology, you know, because this is going to help you, you know, be as healthy as you possibly can be. And you'll hardly get sick anymore and blah, 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 blah. And then this would help me in my new business, plus save you $20 on your monthly Shakeology. You can cancel anytime. Don't worry, but why pay retail when you can save money? Literally, I have hardly any customers, guys, that are on HD Shakeology because they all became coaches because I told them this. Like, and it's the literal truth. Like, even with the monthly coach business fee, you're saving about $20 on your Shakeology as a coach over just paying retail as a customer. So everybody should be doing this. And then once you hit Emerald, it's going to build your confidence right there. There's some personal success that you're having in your business. So it's going to build your confidence in talking to people about it. And then, of course, like I say, when people see you rank advanced to Emerald, they'll take you more seriously. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so you've had no personal success. This is a big one for why you might not have much confidence when talking to people about the business. Here's a big thing. You need to be a story collector. This is what I did. I still do this. But when I was a new coach, for like the first 9 months in the business, I went diamond less than 9 months in the business. I was 8 months a coach, and I went diamond on my 8th month as a coach. So in those 8 months, before I had, you know, like I say, my first two coaches were my mom and my husband, who didn't even know that I signed them up. But before I went diamond, I was sharing other people's stories. I was telling people Anna Gray's story. I was telling people Mike Ryan's story. I was telling people Lindsay Matway's story, Scotty Hobbs' story. Like, I was sharing other stories all the time because I didn't have my own personal success with this business yet. So I didn't have anything to share. I could share with people my dream and my vision and why I was doing this. But you also need to share those results that are already there and those stories. So if you don't know any stories off the top of your head, if you don't know my story, if you don't know Anna Gray's story, if you don't know Mike Ryan's story, this is just in our direct upline. So this is very close to you guys. We have like, these are the people that we have like direct access to. So share their stories, because if somebody's inspired by like Anna Gray's story, you'd be like, yeah, and we're on her team. We're on her team, so she teaches us, and she's awesome, and whatever. So don't be afraid to share other people's stories. The thing is that, yeah, now 9 times out of 10, I'm sharing my own story because I have, my own personal success in this business now at this point in time. But I do still share other people's stories because not everyone relates to my story. Not everyone will relate to your story, so you need to have other people's story. I'm just going to share with you guys really quick what I used to post when I was posting about the business opportunity. I used to put up a post that, like, now my posts about the business opportunity have to do more with, like, my own personal accomplishments and success in this business and what it's done for me and my family. But before I had that, I would post, like, it would be like, what would you do with an extra $200 a month, an extra $500 a month, or an extra $1,000 a month? There are coaches in this business making 5 figures weekly right now. So, and then I'd go into that, right? So I'm not making 5 figures weekly, but there are coaches in this business making 5 figures weekly. And I remember I got so much, the first time I posted, I got so much interest on that. And it wasn't just from that one post, but it was a combination of, the compound effect of, I had been reaching out to people, I had been posting consistently about my workouts and little, breadcrumbs here and there about what I'm doing. But then I put that post up and people were like, what? Like, you can make real money at what she's doing. So stuff like that, like, you don't have to worry about just talking about your own success. Share your vision with people. Share your dreams and why you're doing this with people, but share other people's stories, guys. Like, don't be afraid to share other people's stories. The other thing is that you might talk to a lot of people about coaching and have trouble getting people to actually commit or sign up. And the biggest thing that I've found this personally, and I've found this with others as well, and I've heard this from other coaches, is just simply the law of attraction. So if you, in the back of your mind, aren't 100%, you don't 100% believe in this opportunity, like I said on like that first slide, it's going to shine through. Your insecurities are going to shine through. And also, if you're like telling yourself always, like, the best thing you can do for yourself is look at the objections that you keep getting, and if there will be a common trend in the objections that you're getting. The really common one is usually money. So then if you're getting a lot of money objections and people are saying, oh, that's too expensive, oh, I'm too broke, oh, I can't afford a challenge pack to sign up or whatever, you have to look at how you're really thinking, because chances are that's going to be a reflection of how you seriously feel yourself and what you seriously think. So just remember that. If you want hardworking big dreamers to come knocking on your door saying, hey, I'm going to work really hard and I'm disciplined and I'm determined and I'll be really great at being my own boss and I'll build an amazing business, then you need to be that hardworking big dreamer first. Because otherwise you will attract what you are, basically. And it's funny because in the last 3 years, like, I can see that, because like anybody, as people, we go through, life's like a roller coaster, right? We have our ups and we have our downs. And there have been periods of time where I've just been like down due to lack of personal development. I will say that for sure. So if you don't ever want that down point, then keep your personal development up. I'm kind of talking to myself right now. But anyways, I've had those periods where I'm like down and I'm kind of, I'm still going through the motions, mainly faking it, and I'll still sign up coaches. Like, I don't think there's been a month in the last 2 years that I have not signed up at least 2 coaches. But those coaches, they sign up, they don't do anything, and then they quit, because that's what I was attracting. That's what I was putting out there at that point in time. So you need to just remember that. You need to keep yourself at high frequency so that that's what you're attracting. I still have no idea what I'm doing. This was my favorite one. Anyways, so if you have no leadership success, that's the other reason, right? So maybe you have no personal success, but maybe you do have a little bit of personal success in that you have signed up a couple coaches, but you have no leadership success because your coaches haven't reached any of their goals or had any success. And I've got to tell you that personally, this is the hardest thing. This has definitely been the hardest thing for me to overcome. It's one thing for yourself to set goals and then not reach them. It's another thing to be mentoring someone who is setting goals and then they're not reaching them. And you're kind of like, oh no, like maybe they would be better on another team or something like that. And then it kind of gets you down. So the biggest thing that I have found with this though is, once again, because like attracts like, is that, and this is something that Scotty Hobbs said. He said, ask yourself every single day, if my coaches did exactly what I did today, would they be successful? And if the answer is no, so what do they have to do every day? Well, power of 3. 3 vital behaviors: invite, personal development, proofs products work. So if you're doing that day in and day out, and you are being there for your coaches, then that's all you can do. Celebrate every little success that they have. That's the other thing too, because I know we focus on like success and celebrate volume and stuff as well, but even if I don't know, like they got their first person committed to, I don't know, just a program. Maybe they're just struggling to get people in Shakeology or whatever, but they got their first person committed to a program, or they ran their first free clean eating group and they had one person in there that lost 2 pounds in that week. Post about that. Be like, I'm so proud of so-and-so, who helped somebody else lose 2 pounds this week. Like, celebrate all those little things, because whatever you focus on will grow. So if you sit there and focus on, my coaches aren't doing anything and they're not reaching their goals and I don't really know if I'm a very good leader for them, then that's going to grow. So they're going to continue to do less and less, and you're going to continue to feel like you're not a very good leader. But if you focus on what they are doing, and you focus on like, I am a leader, and growing your leadership skills, read those leadership books. They're amazing, especially John C. Maxwell's leadership books are amazing. Fill your brain with all that stuff. Be a constant student. That will grow. Their successes will grow. Their accomplishments will get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you will have bigger things to celebrate. So just kind of keep that in mind. And it is a gradual thing. It doesn't happen overnight. That's the hardest part. So it's like when you do go through a dip where everything seems to just kind of be going wrong, it takes forever to get out of it. But you have to just keep showing up and just keep trying and just be like, okay, I need to keep, feeding the good, right? So it's just a constant struggle, and it's something that everybody struggled with, something that every single coach has struggled with. So don't feel like you're alone on that either. So if you're unsure of the onboarding process, like I mentioned, I did just upload the new coach onboarding process into the Team Aftershots group on Facebook. So as you can see, you just kind of go to the Team Aftershots group, click on the files button there, and then in the files, there will be the new coach onboarding process. And it takes you to an Evernote file that I will keep up to date with, I'll update as I improve the onboarding process. I have been tweaking it quite a bit, and it's really coming along. I'm pretty proud of it. My goal, one day, I wanted to have it done by the end of this year, so I don't know. Stay tuned. Maybe I will still manage that, but I do want to have a TazTraining.com site up, just like the TVazTraining.com site, but more specific to Taz. But yeah, that is one of my goals within, the next 3 months or whatever. So yeah, so that'll make that even easier. But for now, you can access it there. All right, so go away. Why won't it go away? There we go. Okay, so so the other thing is that you keep getting no's. You want the crazy person at the end there that looks all wonky and says okay. So just remember the go for no mentality. If you are a newer coach, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. There's an actual book out there called Go for No. It's really, really great, and you should read it. It's just about how getting no's is not the end of the world. Remember that each no is just getting you closer to a yes. That's it. The more no's you get, the more yeses you'll get. No also never means never. It just means not right now. And make sure to never write people off who say no. No matter what excuse they give you, don't write them off. Put them in your Asana with put them on, repeat every 30 days or whatever. Follow up with them next month. You guys, you don't even know. I mean, some of you do know because some of you were that person that I every month came around and be like, hey, are you ready now? For months and months and months. And then finally you're ready and you sign up and you jump in with both feet. So never give up. Go for no. Realize it's not a bad thing. The more no's you get, the closer you're getting to that yes. And don't write people off because they say no, okay? Unless they tell you actually leave me alone or whatever. So the other thing is just if you don't believe in yourself, and so I found this picture online and it's really true. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? It's personal development, guys. So if you're really struggling with your own personal belief as a leader or whatever, do your personal development on that, okay? I've really, this last year for me, it's been huge focus on, my personal development's been a huge focus on leadership because I really struggled with my own personal belief in my own leadership ability. So reading the personal development and learning more how to be a better leader, it is huge. So whatever you're struggling with, maybe you're struggling with just overall self-confidence or self-belief or whatever. There's tons of books out there. So just do that. So a couple more tips that I have for you guys is that you want to start talking on social media like you've already made it. So celebrate every little thing, every single thing. You got somebody started, or celebrate. A great place to start celebrating, especially as a new coach, is all the successes in your free groups, okay? So you have a free group. You have somebody in that group that, oh, my pants are looser by the end of the week. Post about that. Be like, oh, I'm so proud of this person that, has lost a couple inches or whatever this week from my challenge group. So celebrate every little thing and don't focus so much on the amount you earn. So say, I know that this is a big thing for people is they go, well, I don't want to talk about how much I'm earning because I'm not earning very much. But think about if somebody came and told you, hey, what would you do with an extra $100 a month? It's there's a million things you would think oh, well, this is what I would do with an extra $100 a month. So share that. Don't share the dollar amount, but be well, Beachbody payday today and this paid for my cell phone bill or whatever. That sort of stuff is cool. And that is relatable. People will relate to that. Remember that every little bit of extra money is amazing. Celebrate your challenges, like I say. And since you are here, you obviously know the potential of this opportunity. So don't hold back on sharing that. If you hold back, it is so selfish. Just share it. Don't be pushy about it. Use the script that I shared in the earlier slide there. But don't hold back. The thing is, guys, is that it's going to take people probably 6 months to a year to actually commit. I'm serious, it takes a lot of people that long. But it's going to be from the first time you mention it to them. And I don't remember the exact statistic, but it's something people are going to hear about an opportunity 7 times before they actually give it a shot. So that's why you have to keep following up with people, keep checking in, be like, hey, is now a better time? Are you ready now? And just be consistent and share about all your little successes. So in summary, invite like crazy. Who do you invite to the coaching opportunity? Anyone who you think would be great at it for whatever reason. those who are into fitness already, those who love Shakeology and the programs already, this is a great conversation for, hey, why don't you save 20 bucks a month? Those with fitness goals, because of course it adds really great accountability. Don't overcomplicate the thing. Once they sign up, you send them the email, which is in the new coach onboarding document that I shared in the files of Team Aftershots there today. And check the Taz calendar, which is always the pinned post in Team Aftershots group on Facebook for the next new coach training. That's it. If they want to get started sooner than the next new coach training starts, send them to tvaztraining.com and they can get started there. That's it. So if you're still unsure, you still feel kind of like, well, I don't really know, I'm not very confident about signing up coaches, just talk to me or your coach and we can help you. Just don't be icky. That's that. Okay, stop share. Boom. All right, guys, do you have any questions? We're running out of time really quick here, but any questions? No? No. Okay. I just look at Lana. I'm like, Lana always has something to say.
I'm waiting for Lana to say something.
I know.
What I was gonna say, I was gonna give you props for having all your coaches sign up recently.
Oh, thanks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're a fearless leader.
Woo! That's what made me think of this topic, because I was like, wow.
Oh, can I tell you what I just sent to somebody? Do your picture.